Welcome back to America's Retirement Headquarters, home of the Retirement Guys formula and America's Medicare Associates. 419-794-3030 is the phone number. It's 419-794-3030. The website, americasretirementheadquarters.com. Another prediction for 2023 that is not necessarily a positive one. A lot of so-called experts calling for a recession to begin sometime this year. Nolan, I read an article about a financial planner that successfully guided clients through the Great Recession of 2007 through 2009, and he offered up these 5 tips on how to survive the next one. What are your thoughts on what he says?
Definitely. I always love tips on how to get through tough times, and these are the times where having a conversation with a financial professional, help walking you through, I think really demonstrates the value of working with somebody, because it can be gut wrenching when you're, looking at the economy, you're looking at the markets, and, you're trying to make smart decisions. The first thing is I would say, let's start with what the definition of a recession is. Now, some people in Washington have maybe changed what the definition is, but I just Googled it. And if you go on Google and you look up the definition of a recession, what it is a period of temporary economic decline during which trade and industrial activities are reduced, generally identified by a fall in gross domestic product in 2 consecutive quarters. So if we break that down, what that means is that if they're declaring a recession, it's because of what's already happened in the past.
Exactly.
Right? So let's not make a decision first and foremost about what's already happened. So, whether we're in a recession now, whether the recession started last year, or whether we're headed for, an upcoming recession, let's first of all know that information is, looking at things in the past. It would be like, driving a vehicle by using your rear view mirror, right? That's not how you make that decision. When we look at the kind of the guidance, though, and, you were talking about the article that was talking the Great Recession and how to get through the 2007 to 2009, I think there's some good pointers, and I think there's some other things that I would tell you is, number one, stick with and know your plan. The financial planner talks about not changing your investment profile in a panic or putting your money under the mattress. I mean, people need to stick with their investments, the routines during great recessions. They did really well after that. Think about, looking back in the past, had somebody made a major decision to get out of what they were in after something bad already happened, they would have missed out on what has been significant gains going back from that time frame that we had the last recession. Number 2 is, what I would do is, again, follow that up with using the past to help guide what the future is. History doesn't always repeat itself, but oftentimes it does rhyme. If we look at things historically speaking, you can make a smarter decision about what the markets may do and what the odds are of the markets moving forward after they've already been in a recession, after the markets have already, had a pullback. What I like things that are healthy, daily essential companies in a recessionary environment. So whether we're in a recession or not, I'm still getting up in the morning, I'm taking my shower, I'm brushing my teeth. There's certain companies that make those products. I go have breakfast. My wife cleans off the table with certain products that people use every single day, whether we're in a recession or not. She asks, what do we want from the grocery store? Maybe she's a little bit more conscious and uses, non-name brand products, but maybe shops around. But those are the type of things on daily essential companies. These are, areas that can kind of help guide you through environments like this. You also, I think, should use this for buying opportunities on great companies that have been beaten down over the last year. So there, can be some really good opportunities where you can turn from, I feel like I'm in a panic situation, to really stepping back, taking a deep breath, and identifying there's actually some great companies out here that, we can pick up, which is number 3, invest more if you can. Putting more of your investments now is the definition of buying low. Will things get lower? Who knows? I just know things are on sale now, and who doesn't like a good sale? So it's a good idea. And if, retirement is now or a few years from now, think of this as a bonus to take advantage of maybe stocks being beaten down and they come back up in price. What we do when our independent income system process is we can shift assets, from things that maybe weren't exposed to the equity declines and maybe use that as some buying opportunities. And then, if possibly prices go down lower in the future, again, we rebalance and put, some more of that money to work as well. So turn that panic into an opportunity. Number 4, let's make sure that you avoid these get-rich-quick investments. It's probably no coincidence that things like cryptocurrency came out, right after the crash of the last recession. Things that promote and promise wealth just coming out of thin air. The quick, get-rich-quick ideas are usually dangerous. Be careful. Don't change. The last one is I want you to be flexible with your retirement plans. If you have a 2 to 3% withdrawal savings rate, maybe that's fine. A recession's not going to have a big impact. Maybe if you're taking a higher withdrawal rate, 4, 5, 6%, you want to reevaluate what are the steps to be more flexible in your plan. Those are the times that maybe you don't take those big extra added expenses. So, maybe you fix the car versus getting a new car. Maybe you hold off onto that vacation dream until things come back. You have to be a little bit flexible and, adapt to what the environment is. If you want to know kind of what to do and how to navigate the recession, again, these are topics that we love to kind of guide you through. The first thing is let's take a look at where you're at today. Let's stress test your plan. Make sure you know what you own. If you're not sure what you own and if the investments that you have are investments that not only could survive but thrive in this type of environment, we'd be happy to give you an independent portfolio analysis. The next thing is get education. Find out, what you need to know to get through this type of environment. If nobody's talking to you, hopefully continue to listen to our show, subscribe to our YouTube channel, our podcast, and come out to one of our upcoming events. We've got, during the first quarter of this year, we've got 3 incredible events that you can take advantage of. Social, educational, and topic specific on this. All of those are available on our website. It's Americasretirementheadquarters.com. You can sign up by going to the events tab or just go to arhq.com. Click on the events tab and we'll help you get through these tough times with the recession and guide you in the right direction.
Just by listening to the show, just by watching us on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you're consuming us right now, you're obviously taking a step towards the, you're being serious about your retirement planning. And that is great. The next step is actually, building upon that. Schedule that time to speak with the team at America's Retirement Headquarters, whether it is in their offices, whether it is taking advantage of that complimentary stress test of your portfolio, whether it is coming to one of the upcoming events, figure out what can happen next, whether or not a recession actually happens this year. The likelihood of, we're talking 20, 30 years, you're probably going to see, let's be honest, multiple recessions. How are you equipped to handle not just this one that's coming whenever it does, but the one after that and possibly the one after that? Without a proper plan, it's a pretty risky prospect. But if you do have a strategy put in place, like what the team at America's Retirement Headquarters can build for you, help take that emotion out of it, show you when it is an opportunity rather than a time for a concern, it can go a long way, I think, to addressing whatever may come down the line. And it all starts with that phone call, 419-794-3030. That's the phone number. Once again, 419-794-3030. You can also find them online and view more information about the upcoming events on the events tab at americasretirementheadquarters.com.